TOA community, what's up everybody? Robert Linkle, trainingtheolderadult.com. Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you about a couple new articles on sarcopenia and talk about a couple new articles that are found in some medical-based journals and some more information that's getting out there to the general public. All very exciting, very cool stuff. These articles, let's see, 2022 August, I believe the other one is from June, so relatively new within the last year. Looking at sarcopenia definition, diagnosis, and treatment, consensus is growing. So if you didn't know, 2016 was the year that sarcopenia was officially declared a disease that you could be diagnosed with, okay? Now, there's the loss of muscle mass, which is known as atrophy, and then there's the loss of muscle mass and function, which is sarcopenia. Because you can basically get so deconditioned and so malnourished for resistance and moving your body can literally become sick now with the idea that the muscle that you have on your body is basically going to plenish your body to keep it alive. Thus, your body is now eating your musculature because you're not moving, because you're not resistance training, you're not doing anything in your daily life that causes rigidity through your body that strains the muscle mass in a good way to pull on the bones to manipulate it through space. The bones aren't dense, and because you aren't being active and we're probably over-consuming on nutrition, now you're becoming obese. So we have the osteo, sarco, obesity, the big three that come in with aging, which 30% of our older adults right now have all three of those. If not, I think it's up to 45% now have sarcopenia. Women are 3 times more likely to have osteopenia slash osteoporosis than men. After the age of 80, we're up to 55 to 60% of our older adults have sarcopenia. So the numbers are growing, not in a good way, right? So this article in particular just gives a little bit more definition to sarcopenia, what exactly it is, what are the things that you're looking for. Basically losing muscle mass to the point where you can't function or do the things you used to be able to do. You used to be able to pick up a 50-pound bag of dog food. You can't anymore. Can't carry your own groceries. Can't take a 3-foot stride length, your regular gait step, being a 6-foot tall male or female. You can't take a 3-foot step anymore because you're not strong enough to support yourself with that big of a step. So now you take a 2.5, and then eventually a 2, and then eventually a 1.5. And next thing you know, you're walking like an old man, quote unquote, doing that shuffle, the waddle, because you're just deconditioning your body to being able to do it anymore. Those that resistance train, those that keep doing their daily life activities, they stay functional, they keep walking, they keep doing and practicing all the skills that they have right now, maintain those skills. You may not be a 700-pound deadlifter at 20 and then at 30 and 40 and 50, 60, unless you're Bert Soren's dad, Rich, right? Unless you're a superhuman stud. Most of us are going to get weaker as we get older. However, through that process, are you going to plummet in your weakness of strength, or are you just going to slowly decline? That's what we're looking for, okay? Now, as you work your way through this article, we take you into the second one that looks at strength training in the elderly, a useful tool against sarcopenia. They looked at the 65 to 70-year-old demographic and kind of went through their daily activities, their daily requirements for what they do on a regular basis. How often are they sitting, they standing? What kind of strength practices are they doing on a regular basis? And found, big shocker, we should be performing upwards of 150 minutes of physical activity a week. Okay, now ideally, you would do upwards of 30 minutes every day, which would give you upwards of 350 minutes of activity a week. But we're not going to be greedy. I'll take 150. If you just get out and do something 30 to 45 minutes every other day throughout the week, resistance training would be awesome. Rucking, loaded walking would be awesome. Anything where you are going to put load and stress under your body, that is great. Okay, stats here for you. Those that are weak compared to those that are strong, and we are going to classify that as being able to pick up 18 pounds off the floor. Strong. You can't, weak. You have a 250% increase in your all-cause mortality because you're weak. Your body is weak. All those stats we put out a week ago talking about small gait, small stature, you're rounding, losing, why people keep falling, why everyone's so frail they can't open windows or jars anymore. It's not because you're old, people. It's because you're weak. You are not resistance training. You're not building strength and keeping strength. And just because you're old, just because you're aging, doesn't mean, well, this is how it's going to be. I'm naturally going to go down this route. You'll get weaker, but not that freaking weak, not so weak that you can't hold your head up or keep your posture or walk your regular gait or go out and walk the dog and carry some load and go on hikes and be capable and able. 150 minutes. That's what we're looking for. Get in the gym, lift some weights. If it's machines, it's machines. If it's free weights, it's free weights. Those are better for you if you can, but you do what you can, work with what you got, wherever you are confident and capable. If you don't know what you're doing, hire somebody who knows what they're doing and ask them for help and point you in the right direction so you can learn how to do it and do it right and not get hurt. Find someone in your area if you need someone to hold you accountable, help you work your way through the machines, the free weights, and learn how to do it correctly, and then you can go practice it on your own. That's fantastic. That's what we would do with anything else. I don't just go out, look on the internet and say, how am I going to change my oil and rotate my tires and give my truck a lift? I go and hire somebody to do that, or I find a mentor to teach me and walk me through it. We do that with firearm training, with first aid medical training. We do it with kindergartners. We do it with everybody. We train people in groups and teach them the skills. So why would you just have to go off and discover fitness all on your own? And after reading Muscle and Fitness magazine, which is not for us, by the way, demographic, don't go to Silver Sneakers either. Don't go to AARP magazine either. There is no good reference for you. There is no good resource out there for you because we don't know who you are. You are an individual. You have your own limitations. There's no one size fits all. You need to go to somebody that can assess you from head to toe and tell you, here's what you are, here's what limitations we have, here's what kind of training we have. Now let me build a program specific for you. All those other tools are great resources for general information, but you can't just go, oh, well, this is the one I'm going to follow. I'm going to go there. You need that to be prescribed to you, just like medication. Wouldn't that be cool as you get older if you could be diagnosed with being weak? Sarcopenia, 2016, you can now. It's officially a disease. So now your doctor could say, hey, I'm prescribing exercise to you. Would that not be cool with every limitation, with every disease out there, if they gave you exercise and fill in the blank, okay? This is the concern, the battle that we have. Looking at all this research and seeing all these great components that come together to teach us the same thing over and over again. You got to get your body and your mind strong. All right, mobility, body composition, disease. We see all this is connected in here with sarcopenia. If you are not strong, all these limitations, having a low body muscle mass, it puts you at a greater risk of being less mobile, fall risk. Gives you a worse body composition, too high body fat to a too low muscle mass. You're becoming unhealthy. Okay, cardiovascular health, physical health, mental health, etc. And then on the other side, serious disease, because your body is weak, your immune system is weak, everything is down. You are more susceptible to diabetes, to cancers, to you name it across the board. Any physical limitation, injury, disease, etc. We are weaker and less capable of overcoming and beating some of these limitations, these diseases, because our bodies can't hang. This chart is kind of a new take, if you will, on the disability threshold. Every time I show one of these charts, these images just get better and better. I love this one because it looks at the orange line, sedentary behavior, literally sitting there doing nothing. Your body is full of inflammation. Body composition is going down, meaning you're getting heavier, right, body fat wise, but your lean muscle mass is going down, bone density is going down. Insulin resistance is going up. That's why diabetes becoming one of the number one killers out there for all individuals, not just older adults, okay? Accelerated decline very, very quickly down to a point where you die pretty quick and unhappy and early in life, 65 to 74, somewhere in there. Normal decline is if you're simply living life, but you're not accelerating any of these things by just bed resting. You're staying semi-active, living life, etc. That's the black line, okay? Then you have those that do cardio. Cardiovascular, you're going to decrease inflammation. You're going to increase your body composition a bit, and your insulin resistance will definitely go down. Cardio is a huge part of this. Just because I'm a resistance training guy, I'm the one saying, hey, you got to lift, you got to lift. It doesn't mean that I don't see value in increasing your VO2 max and improving your cardiovascular health, improving your mobility, your stability, your balance, your coordination. We do all of that. All of that is vital. But what's the key of all of that? How do I get better at any and all of those things? I have to be strong first. You have to be strong first. You cannot make your body more mobile and more flexible if you don't have a strong base to manipulate it about. Try improving your balance without falling over if you're not strong. Try increasing your mobility and your range of motion if you're not strong enough to hold your body upright. Okay? Try increasing your cardiovascular health if you can't maintain a posture to keep you upright to stay on the bike or stay on your walk or carry the ruck, right? You've got to be strong, at least at a basic foundation. You have to be strong and have to be able to build into any of these other goals that we have. And that gets us to mixed exercise, not just resistance training. Inflammation goes way down. Body composition goes way up. Insulin resistance goes down because we're introducing mixed training, resistance training, high intensity resistance training, high intensity interval training, all types of different components, rucking, etc. You see the individual up there pulling ropes and swinging kettlebells and bench pressing and tracking rings, all this good stuff. So many good things to come from this. Let's look at some other articles as we go. How much muscle mass do people really lose each year as they go? They looked at between ages 25 and 75. There have been all these great numbers of, oh, you're going to lose 3 to 5% of your body weight every decade from 50 going up. There's very similar numbers across the board. Basically, right around 35 or so, you're going to start decreasing muscle mass and bone density pretty quickly. From 35 to 50, medium. From 50 up, it's going to start going downhill really, really quick unless you're taking action. Is it going to plummet or is it going to gradually and slowly decline? That is up to you. How much time do we need? What's the fancy number? What's the number that's going to take us from rapidly declining to just a regular, like slightly tapered decline? What's that number? We talked about 150 minutes a week, which would be awesome, but in as little as 2 to 3 20-minute resistance training sessions per week. So this is it. Get on the chest press machine, horizontal push. Get on the horizontal row, seated row machine. Get on the overhead press and the pull down. There's your 4 upper body movements: a horizontal push, horizontal row, a vertical push, and a vertical pull. Okay? You get those 4 lifts in with leg press, step up, and a hinge. So you have 7 exercises. Okay? Or let's just keep it all machines. Leg press, quad extension, hamstring curl. Let's just do that, right? If you could get something to do bridges to be able to train your glutes, that'd be great. Okay? So let's say 8 exercises, 8 machines. You go around those machines, 3 sets of 10, all the way around 20 minutes, you're done. Do that twice a week. Do that twice a week for 2 months. Tell me you don't feel better. Tell me you're not thinking better. Tell me you're not sleeping better. Tell me, as an older, active individual, you're not performing better in the world, but also maybe in the bedroom. Maybe these are all human things that we need to train and strengthen for all these components of life. No shame in it, right? Be happy you're being active as you age, both in regular world life and in the bedroom, in the bedroom. Okay, probably in the bathroom too. But make sure you're taking care of business, getting up and down from the toilet, getting in and out of the shower, not falling and hurting yourself. That's where all the falls occur, right? Getting in and out of the shower, people fall constantly. Get strong, get stable, get mobile, be better balanced. Don't fall down and get hurt. Be strong, be good for your partner, be out there with your friends and your family and your grandkids, everybody. You see it in here, okay? Type 2, your fast twitch muscle fibers. This is what we need to really maintain because these are the ones that decline and regress the fastest. Our ability to coordinate and move fast, quick snap fibers, right? If we don't train that type of action, and it doesn't mean you have to do plyos and bounds and skips and jumps. You could literally throw medicine balls. You could slam things on the ground. You could just move those machines we talked about in a faster tempo and work on a little lighter weight and being more dynamic with it once every other week in one of your workouts, okay? Get strong, but also be explosive. That's what we talk about in here. Okay, look at the decline in these numbers as we go. Hamstrings, quads, look at these numbers drop drastically in these big muscle areas. We're the ones where we really see some of the maintain the arms because you use your arms so much. They maintain some of their muscle mass, but the legs really start to shrink because you're literally just standing on them all day and then laying down or sitting down. We're not repetitively doing these reps. Like my dad, old steel legs, doing sit-to-stands every day, okay? Another article here looking at why resistance training, weightlifting, is such a good thing to do in retirement. Or is it? Of course it is, right? They go through into this one, talking about how doing deadlifts and bench press and overhead squats and snatches and cleans and jerks and bent rows and bridges, loaded bridges and all this has been so good for these individuals who used to be athletes and then they lost their way for a bit and went back to this, feeling like, hey, I'm capable of jumping or skipping and leaping into the air, being an athlete again, right? At no point, I never thought I would be putting a 100-pound barbell over my head or deadlifting 1.5 times my body weight, he says, but I do it all the time now and it's fun and it's safe. Read these articles, learn from these people, get inspired. I can't stress enough how important, how valuable it is for us to be the gray line, or depending on what chart you are, usually it's a green or a blue line, be that top line. Be as active as you can. Why sit here and preach all this to you? Because I don't want it to happen to you or your loved ones. I've seen it happen to mine. I'm seeing it currently happen to mine, and it's killing a part of me on the inside. What is my dharma, my purpose in life, my passion, my lifelong goal and energy. Where am I putting all this? As an educator and an individual that's trying to send a message. It's trying to get this message to people who will hear it and go, oh, he finally put it in a way where it connects for me. I needed the research. I needed the personal story. I needed the connection with his dad. I needed the something that sparked that one time where you finally said, now I'm going to do it. I've heard this a million times. Now I'm going to do it. There's this other 72-year-old guy out there who used to be this great track athlete who now is back in the gym lifting again, and he's having fun and it's safe and he feels strong and he's doing great. That can be you. We say the ship is sailing, but it's not docked. It hasn't sunk. Like you didn't get to your destination or perish in the explosion and the sinking of it. Like you're on the route, you're on the path. You still have time to decide. Are we going left or are we going right? Or in this case, are we going down quick or are we going down really slow? Get in the gym. Find a way to introduce resistance training into your life. It's going to be so valuable for you. Twice a week, 20 minutes. That's all you need to start with. You can do more eventually, but start there. Add 2 walks a week, 2 20-minute walks, okay? Out 10 minutes, come back. Start with that. 2 20-minute resistance training sessions, 2 20-minute walks. My name is Robert Linkle, trainingtheolderadult.com. Comments, questions, hit me up down below. If not, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. I will see you in the next one. Take care.